Monday, the Kenya National Union of Nurses will organize regional demonstration in all the regions in the country. We'll have it here in Nairobi, Coast, Mombasa, Nyanza in Kisumu. We'll have it in Western in Kakamega, and all other regions as shall be decided by the branch management at that level. That in view of the above decisions of the National Governing Council, we advise our members to stay till a return to work formula is signed by the National Office with the relevant arms of the government. Further, the union welcomes the move by the religious leaders to arbitrate in the health dispute and reiterate that we are open for dialogue with the two levels of government in order to end the stalemate and anywhere. And in particular, we welcome the decision of the Supreme, that is organ of unity, that they are willing to come and arbitrate. We ask with Kotu and get in touch with the two levels of government and bring parties on the table. We know what Kenyans are going through at this particular time. And as a union, it is not and has never and will never to attain and have a position of grandstanding, willing engage and not willing to go in court and take. But it's clear that there are issues must be resolved. And the only way that those issues have been resolved is through a print-work agreement, and those issues have been resolved or how they are going to be resolved. Nothing absolutely out of that. Back to work. I want to comment on the has been taken Governor Wycliffe Ambezo Oparanya of Kakamega, who is also the chair of the Council of Governors. We want to take personal self-righteousness and a tendency to believe that you have a monopoly of ideas cannot resolve any dispute in any society. We want responsibility based on you, based on you by the people. As the governor of Kakamega, on behalf of the people of Kakamega, you hold the position of the chair of the Council of Governors on behalf of the larger society of Kenya. And therefore you must perform your duties with the due diligence, considering the suffering that Kenyans are going through. Grandstanding once again, self-righteousness and gratification will not want to have you leaving a history behind as the worst chair of the Council of Governors. Because we have had other governors like Isaac Ruto. We have had Peter Munya, who was a gentleman. We have had Nanok. And then we have you. We would like you to leave a legacy behind that other chairs of the Council of Governors will wish to emulate and take over from you. But from where you stand, you have no legacy to leave behind. We want to urge you to come back on the table. Stop taking this national issue to villages and funerals and making pronouncements there against individuals and personalities. There is nothing personalized here. There's no individual matters here. We are discussing a national issue that is affecting the lives of Kenyans. Kwa hivyo, kwa ufupi, kwa njia ya Kiswahili, ningependa kusema kwamba tunataka kuhusu uamuzi ambao ulifanywa na tume kuu ambayo inasimamia chama cha wauguzi, ambayo ni National Governing Council, ambayo ilikuwa na mkutano hapo jana. Na katika huo mkutano, haya ndiyo maagizo ambao tume hii imesema yatekelezwe na ofisi yangu na ofisi ya chama hiki. Kwanza ni kwamba ule mwafaka wa kurudi kazini ni lazima katika kitengo cha kitaifa, kwa sababu tunajua kwamba hela zote ambazo zinaendesha nchi hii zinatoka kwa serikali kupitia bunge. Kwa hivyo hatuwezi kuhadaliwa kwamba mambo haya yanaweza kutekelezwa na serikali za katuzi kule chini. Jambo la pili ni kwamba mambo ya kusema kwamba kila kaunti itie sahihi return to work agreement yake, hiyo sio sawa. Ni kwa nini Council of Governors chairman ametoa barua ambaye amesema kwamba governors wawaje kukata pesa za union na mambo mengine, na hayo mambo yanafuatwa? Ni kwa nini yeye ana uwezo wa kufanya hivyo na hana uwezo wa kumaliza mzozo huu katika kiwango cha kitaifa? Namba pili ni kwamba tumeomba KOTU Kenya, ambao sisi ni miongoni mwa vyama ambavyo tuko ndani ya muungano mkubwa wa vyama vya wafanyakazi Kenya, KOTU, kuendelea kuzungumza na serikali pamoja na sisi na viongozi ili kupata suluhu kwa mgomo ambao unaendelea wa matapipu pamoja na wanasayansi. Kwa hivyo tunaunga mkono hiyo pamoja na ile tangazo ambalo lilitolewa na shirika la ndugu zetu Waislamu ambao inaitwa SUPKIN, kwamba tunawakaribisha na tunashukuru kwa wao kuona kwamba wananchi wa Kenya wanaumia na wako tayari kuhakikisha kwamba suluhu ya kudumu imepatikana. Tumeambia branches zetu katuzi za chama hiki kwamba kuanzia Jumatatu ijayo tunatarajia maandamano katika mikoa zote zile za zamani. Ni wilaya ama ni mikoa? Mikoa ndio province. Kufanyika katika mikoa zote za zamani ili kuonyesha dunia kwamba bado sisi tunashiriki mgomo mpaka wakati ambapo mambo yetu ambayo tumeuliza serikali yatatekelezwa kwa mujibu wa mswada au wa mswada ambao utatiwa sahihi na viongozi katika kitengo cha kitaifa. Kwa hivyo sitakuwa na mengi leo, tulikuwa na press conference fupi. Nitaacha bwana chairman kama ana jambo la kuongeza, alafu tutakuwa na kiongozi wetu mmoja kutoka tawi la Nairobi aseme moja kisha na maswali.
Thank you, members of the Fourth Estate. My name is Joseph Kwasi, the National Chair, Kenya National Union of Nurses. To reiterate what the General Secretary has said, that as we have continuously said, is that the health workers were left outside and the government does not care anymore. We want to continue. We as leaders of health workers, we have been already from the onset, from the time we started this strike. You have seen the statements that have been made by our leaders, and this is so demeaning to us, even to the extent of comparing the health professionals with other people. I don't want to mention, because it is already in the public domain, that we are being compared, our salaries are being compared with other people. We want to state clearly that we are professionals. We have been offering healthcare services in this country with due diligence, and it is very unfortunate that the government can ignore the health workers to this level. We are saying that it is now that our members are pushed to the corner to the extent that we have decided that now we have to tell the entire world that the health workers in Kenya are still on strike, and we are not going to relent. Remember, we have raised very genuine and very legitimate issues that in the health workers to be outside. Why is it that the leadership of this country cannot see these issues that are affecting Kenyans? It is high time. It is the high time that the government of this country, and we appeal, and we've continued to appeal to His Excellency the President, are welcoming the move from the religious leaders to the differences that are there between the national government and county government, settled so that we can have a way forward for this country. Because right now, the Kenyans on the ground are really suffering. Nobody is talking about the strike. We heard the other day a very senior leader cheating that very few people are on strike. That is not the reality on the ground. The reality is that facilities have been closed. Kenyans are suffering. Health workers are suffering. Even as we speak now, there are counties which have not paid health workers' salaries from October. How do you expect these health workers to go back to serve? Sisi hatutaweza kuendelea na kazi tena kama haya matakwa hayataweza kutimizwa. Tumekeswa kabisa na serikali, na ndio sababu wahudumu wa afya wamekasirika. Wana maabara juzi wameingia katika mgomo, hawajaongeleshwa hata siku moja. Matabibu, clinical officers wako katika mgomo. Kufikia sasa mkataba ambao walitia sahihi haujaweza kuangaliwa. Kwa hivyo sisi kama wahudumu wa afya tunasema tuko tayari kuhudumia Wakenya, lakini ni lazima tuwezeshwe kuweza kufanya lile jukumu ambalo tumetwikwa kisheria, ambazo tumepewa pia kisheria, lazima siweze kutimizwa. Hatuna mengi, tutakanyangia hapo kwa sababu sisi tulitoka nje kwa sababu kulikuwa na haki, na ni lazima kuwe na mpangilio ya vile tutarudi sisi. Tashukuru, asante.
Thank you, members of the Fourth Estate. I'm the chair of the Nurses Union in Nairobi County. I want to start by telling the 47 county governments and the national government that you have concentrated on the issue of COVID-19, telling Kenyans how you are frustrated, forgetting that even we, the nurses, are part of COVID. Will soon come to an end, but the real pandemic is coming. As we speak, the largest maternity hospital in East and Central Africa is closed. Other are closed. But we know our good sisters, our moms, our aunts are still giving birth. Magonjwa za kupooza baada ya corona kuenda ndio tutaanza kuzishughulikia. And at that time, that is when you will feel the real heat. So the sooner you sort out our issues, because we are the real soldiers who will be sorting out the mess that COVID came with, the better for you, the leaders of this nation. We are professionals. We will not relent on our cause. We must be respected, and what we are asking for is not too much for you to offer. Kwa hivyo tunasisitiza na tutaendelea kusisitiza. And I want to repeat, because this is a true testimony. Where we are safe. We cannot be coerced to go back to an environment that is not safe, to an environment where our employers are not ready to sort our issues and our welfare. You cannot force me to give a service that I cannot afford myself to be offered when I fall a victim. This is not something that we should take lightly. Mr. President, what kind of a legacy will you leave? Yet we know you have your 4 agendas, health being one of the key agendas. The primary health care is not functioning at all. Universal health care is paralyzed totally. And the only people who can revive this universal health care and offer essential services are the nurses of this nation who are out demanding for their rights. So I'm kindly requesting you. I know you have the powers and you have the will. Have a meeting with these governors who don't want to sort the mess that is now in this nation. Leave a legacy that every Kenyan will enjoy. Every Kenyan will be recalling to say that while you were in power, you saved a nation when there was a pandemic. Thank you.
Questions? He will take questions today. Yes.
My questions are directed to you.
Yes.
Number one, which facilities, you've been saying that the facilities that have been closed, do you kindly name them?
We can't name all the facilities. You can check for yourself. All facilities across the country, how do I name all of them? Go to Pumwani here and go to Mama Lucy, go to Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, go to Kakamega General Hospital level 5, Coast General Hospital, move around, go to Makueni, you see what is happening yourself. I've seen some of you have done a very good job on highlighting what is happening actually.
Number two, how many counties are still on strike?
As far as we are concerned,
Yeah.
only 10 counties are not on strike. So we have 37.
Okay, finally, there was a comparative analysis by COG showing that most counties, a huge bit of their budget is going to the health workers' salaries compared to the other workers. What is your reaction?
You know, we've been insisting on this issue of comparing what we get against what someone else gets. What we are asking here is about the risks that we are exposed to.
I want to respond. Let me move here. Unajua hii ni swali mzuri sana.
Yes.
If I don't respond to you properly, you will think we are here, we are joking. Yes. Much of the huge chunk of the budget of this country is going to corruption, not to salaries. And that has probably been admitted by the head of state, where 2 billion is being looted every day. And it is true. It is true. The largest amount of money in the county government and the national government is going to corruption. And the head of state has alluded to it himself. You cannot doubt the word of the head of state, because he has all the intellectual information. You know, they are telling you they don't have money, and they have been told to get that 4.6 billion lying in the central bank so that they can use for other things. They are saying no, that money is for cowboy contractors, because they know that is where they get their kickbacks. When you visit these governors in the houses, I can tell you for free, there is no governor's house you will miss to get a contractor. Ukiingia utakutana naye kwa mlango ama utakuta wameketi. These fellows are siphoning money. Let them not cheat us. A salary of one governor alone can pay up to, if, for example, the nurses, they are paying 10,000 shillings, 15, 30, and the governor is earning a gross of 1.5 million. How many nurses can you pay, the ones they are paying 10,000 shillings? One governor can pay a well-paid nurse an average of, let me say, an average of 100,000, let me say 100,000, not the highest. One governor can pay 15 nurses for one person alone. So let them not talk about health sector eating the money. It is corruption which is eating the money. One of the governors has been heard campaigning in Matungu, saying that Mudavadi and Wetangula don't have money to campaign for president. Where have money within a period of 8 years has been a governor? There's no factory has started in this country. It's obvious. Your guess is as good as mine. It's through corruption. We know what they're earning. We know what they can make in 5 years. So they should stop comparing us with other professionals and saying that we are the one eating the money. If they knew health sector they could not manage it, why did they hurriedly take it? Return it to the national government. You can see more referrals under national government. Never went on strike. Kenyatta never went on strike. Mathare never went on strike because now it's a state corporation. KU never went on strike. It's a state corporation. Ile annex ya Kenyatta inaitwa nini? Odhaya never went on strike. And they did go on strike because they were coerced. It is because we made the decision. Because the management in these hospitals is so excellent that you will wonder how you will want these people to go out. And so if you want to see where proper management of healthcare services in Kenya is happening, just look at the national referral health facilities and you will see it. Don't go far. And if you want to get where excellence is in terms of human resource management and even the overall management of health sector in Kenya, just go to more referral. That's where you should go and find it. So pesa inaibiwa bilioni 2 kwa siku moja, na wauguzi wanahitaji bilioni 3.8 kwa mwaka mmoja, na wanaiba bilioni 4 kwa siku ngapi? 2. Then you say there is no money. Some fellows in this country are a serious joke. Swali lingine or we are through? Thank you very much. Bas, tumemaliza.
Naona COVID ilipungua after all the workers kutoka hospitali.
Tena hatujakufa. Hakuna nasi amekufa tangu tuende strike. We are better off be at home. Mkusi alituambia kaeni nyumbani mtakufa, na ni ukweli.
Yes.
Unaona? Sara inside here. Sara iko hapa ndani.
Sara iko hapa ndani.
Aje nipigie simu. Watengeneza.
But also for you to get the real situation at the ground, so that you know which facilities are closed, just send your people at the ground. I can tell you, like last week we operated a patient who got a fractured tibia from Migori. He got the fracture on 26, stayed at home until on 8th January. That's when he came for the surgery for the first time. See, no facility which is working there.
Or you can tell them a few things of what is happening on the ground, because
no,
on the ground.
Let them go and get the real situation.
You know, madam aliuliza swali ngumu bwana. Anasema ni ngapi sasa Kenya mzima?
Ni ngumu. But let your people at the ground tell you the facts, so that you get the real situation. Because I am the one who anesthetized that patient. Just imagine, from Migori.
He's a nurse.
What happened that you...
Let me tell you something. I'm reminded us. He's a nurse anesthetist, just like a doctor anesthetist, but he does not get call allowance.
Yeah.
He does not get it. And yeye ndiye anaitwa tu kulalisha mgonjwa na anaamsha mgonjwa kama daktari huyo anesthetist. If you are a nurse anesthetist, you just do the work the same like a doctor anesthetist. Lakini ikikuja kwa malipo ni kama panya. Na wale wengine ni kama ndogo. Malipo ni kama mimi.
Thank you.
Unaona? All right. Thank you. Fungua kabisa hata ndio tu. Moranga. Kajeno alikuwa live. Nilikuwa nataka upige kidogo kwa njoo itakaza zingine ukamaliza yote. Ukiwa live unafanya haraka. Mwingine.
Hata siku
Ilikuwa live ndio nilifanya haraka nikakuachia.
The efficiencies within the one-stop border post, one of the challenges that this cross-border market addresses, together with the potential of value addition and the ability for them to create links across the country with respect to ensuring that they're able to trade more.
Na tukiachana na hayo mtazamaji, kwingineko ni kwamba gavana mpya wa Nyamira Amos Nyaribo ametishia kuwasilisha hoja ya kuvunjilia mbali serikali ya kaunti hiyo kwa Rais Uhuru Kenyatta kufuatia vuta ni kuvuta inayoshuhudiwa katika uongozi wa kaunti hiyo. Anajiri siku chache baada ya bunge la kaunti hiyo kudinda kuidhinisha uteuzi wa James Ondicho Jesami kama naibu wa Nyaribo aliyetoa hatamu za uongozi wa Nyamira mnamo Disemba baada ya kifo cha gavana John Nyagarama. Aidha, mahakama pia imesitisha uteuzi wa mawaziri wapya wa kaunti baada ya waliokuwepo kupigwa kalamu na Nyaribo. Gavana Nyaribo sasa ametoa makataa kwa bunge la kaunti hiyo ya kuingia kwenye mazungumzo na serikali yake ili kutatua mgogoro uongozi Nyamira. La sivyo ataanzisha mchakato wa kuwasilisha hoja ya kuvunjwa kwa serikali.
So ni mzuri mngoje muone njia gani tafuata. Lakini kwa ufupi ni kwamba lazima county assembly ifanye kazi na executive. Isipokubali kufanya na executive, njia inabakia ni kuandikia rais atisolve hii serikali tuende kura. Sheria iko clear. Constitution inasema Kama ofisi ya gavana iko vacant, mawaziri yake nao wanaenda naye. Hii kusema kulikuwa na contract, hiyo haiwezi pita kisheria ya constitution. So hiyo ni delaying tactics, lakini hatuwezi shurutishwa, tutasonga mbele bila uoga yoyote.
Mtazamaji, kufikia hapo imekuwa ni awamu ya pili ya kipindi cha Matukio Mtambuko. Sina la ziada na kutakia mchana mwema. Shukrani za dhati, zidi kutegea TV47 na ambapo tutakuwa tunazidi kukuarifu mengi zaidi kadri taarifa zitakapokuwa zinazidi kuingia humu katika chumba cha habari. Shukrani za dhati.